Hello and welcome to the Watering Hole. Thanks for checking out this clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that'll make the baby Jesus cry, and I know how much you guys love making the baby Jesus cry. All right, shall we do some tweets if I can find
I think so. I think a tweet or two is okay. Oh god, we're beginning with AIG.
Well, I mean they start with A. So alphabetically speaking, they come first. And since YouTube did that upgrade where they supposedly it's for increased privacy, where they like restricted what third-party extensions can do. But in practice, it just basically limits what ad blocks can do on YouTube. So like it's just them being selfish, but they're trying to present it as we're trying to increase privacy. I used to have an extension that it would just like all of my all of the images from a certain folder on a Google Drive would just go into a slideshow, and like each image is its own slide. And it was one of those like, well, if you pay us, we'll put it in alphabetical order for you, but if you don't pay us, we'll just do it randomly. And it's like, okay, fine, whatever. I'll just deal with the random shit. I appreciate it. It's still fine. But the latest Google update or whatever has broken that extension, so it doesn't work anymore. So now I have to put them in manually. But as a result of that, they're in alphabetical order now. So we start with AIG.
Fair enough.
So blame Google. But they say the decline of the influence of Christianity in the West is a direct result of divorcing Christianity from the objective reality of who Jesus is, what he accomplished, and his word. So
I thought the decline of Christianity had more to do with the fact that they no longer crush people's testicles for denying the church.
I mean, so if we take this tweet at face value, the best we can do as far as objective reality of who Jesus is, what he accomplished, and his word, is that he was a guy who existed and was crucified. And even that is a little bit dubious. So, yeah. Nothing special there. Romans crucified a lot of guys who existed.
Are you sure they existed, though?
Yeah, I mean, a fair few of them. I was actually at Walmart the other day, and I was tempted to take a picture of they had a bunch of shirts lined up against the wall that were like in the T pose. And it just, like, when I saw it, my first thought was the Appian Way. That's the Appian Way. I decided not to take a picture of it, though. Instead, I opted to take a picture of underwear that advertised a special pouch for your testicles to send that to my partner. Because I thought that was funny.
So the test pouch.
The test pouch, yep. 10 VIP says the Romans weren't dominant. Yes, they were. Okay, shall we move on to the second tweet of the night?
Sure, why not?
I usually do 7. I've got 10 tonight. So, let's go. Benjamin Shetler.
Oh, this
Benny
guy
Shetz.
again.
Benny Shetz. He's Benny Shetz forever in my head. DEI is evil for the same reason the Nazi racists were evil.
What? So we want to make sure that disenfranchised people get hired on at places.
So
that's the same.
The
as the
gay
Holocaust.
people that the Nazis would have sent to concentration camps are Nazis.
Yeah.
For not wanting to be discriminated against for being gay. Nationalism without morality is as tyrannical as globalism. Now,
globalism is just Jews.
Yeah,
That's
I was gonna say, like, from this guy, anytime you hear globalism, just substitute it with the Jews.
Like,
that's what he means.
Fucking, this is one of the reasons why Alex Jones gets so much heat from people on the left. I mean, obviously, because he says all kinds of insane, dumbass shit is the primary reason.
Yeah.
But for people who have been following, like, dog whistles for a long time, recognizing that anytime somebody says globalist, it just means Jews.
It's the easiest one to recognize. The globalists are the Jews. That's what they mean.
You don't understand. The globalists, they're watching me. They're gonna take my show down. You need to buy gold and these supplements that are definitely not sugar pills. Buy them now. You're gonna piss out half of it, but it's fine.
No, they're also soy pills. He literally
Buy
sells soy
Brain Force.
as he complains that you're a soy boy for having too much soy.
Buy Brain Force.
It's only when you can value individuals as creations of God for whom Jesus died that you can fully understand what it means to be Christian.
I fully understand what it means to be Christian because I was a Christian for 18 years.
Yeah, but you weren't a true
I'm sorry.
Christian, though.
Yeah, and I definitely
like,
have sugar
I was
in my
a Christian
porridge.
for like 25, 26 years, whatever it was. But sure, I wasn't a true Christian either. Because true Christians never leave the faith because they had a personal experience with Jesus Christ. And after that, how could you possibly leave the faith?
I love
Yay, Romans 120.
I love everything about the world, and nothing about it depresses me at all.
I'm going to put you back on my head.
Thanks.
Nobody redeemed it, but I just feel like
is Benjamin going to become another norm around these parts? Because
he might replace Wendell. Not entirely. I have a Wendell coming up too, but
I don't think he can replace Wendell. He's a different. Oh,
he is just as ridiculous as Wendell.
It's like when you like chicken wings, right? And you've got some like Asian zingy wings and they taste really good. And then you've got some buffalo wings and those also taste really good. You don't replace one with the other. You have a rotation of both of them.
So I know I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but I'm doing it on purpose because I find it funny. But Death Sheed gave 101 bits. So thank you for that, Death Sheed.
Fuck yeah.
I know it's Death's Head, but Death Sheed I like. So that's how I'm saying it. Then Donald Harmio says Walmart sells New York rye steak instead of Jewish rye. Yeah. Those New York globalists. Someone's saying mods up. Do I have a troll in my chat? Sorry, excuse me. Taku Senpai says mods up.
How about valuing all people for being people? Nova Saber, you do value all people for being people. That's what. So DEI doesn't disvalue somebody for being like white or some shit. Are you an idiot? Like, I don't value you personally, but.
Am I missing? Oh, yeah. Nova Saber said, how about valuing all people for being people? Yeah, no, that's. So the thing is, with DEI, it's recognizing that, statistically speaking, a black person is less likely to get a job just because they're black. So when you are hiring someone, if people have approximately equal qualifications, hiring the black person is doing a little bit to kind of counteract the fact that they are less likely to be hired just because of the color of their skin. That does not harm white people, because white people are still at an advantage in the system.
In fact, actually, econofact.org has an entire article about how potential employers are less likely to call black applicants who have the same or even better credentials as white applicants.
I have a partner who is mixed race, and her first name is very black sounding, but her middle name is Suzanne, which is like the whitest of white names.
So she'll put Suzanne
on... she has found that she gets more callbacks when she puts Suzanne on her resume instead of her actual name. And then she has this habit of referring to herself in the third person, so she usually like screws it up and starts talking about herself in the first person, like with her actual name, and then they'll be like, oh, well, I thought your name was Suzanne. Like, no, I just put that there because I was afraid you were racist. Like, it's not what she says, but like... Yeah, no, she has difficulty with that because of her name. Because it sounds
Nova
black.
Nova Saber says, no, I was responding to the last part of the tweet. Shetler said to value people because of the Jesus stuff.
Okay.
And I was just agreeing with that. Okay.
Sure.
So
that's
fair.
That's still the points we made are still valid points, but yeah, it's fair.
I mean, to be fair, I called Nova an idiot.
I know,
that's not a valid point
I was a little bit concerned about that because I'm pretty sure, like, I remember Nova Saber being around, and I feel like they're not an idiot. So,
Yeah, that was entirely on me. My apologies. That is my. I am. I have that knee-jerk reaction because I'm so used to somebody like coming into my chat and going, "Well, it's time
Yeah.
for me to be the idiot today."
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's Falcon. Is Falcon kicking around today?
not today.
Okay. Fusel says, I know Heidi isn't her real first name, but I love the idea of Heidi being a black name over there. Heidi Klum is, I don't think, I think she's mixed race.
Is she?
Well, she's at least partly black, if not mostly. But that, like, Heidi Klum is the reason that her name is Heidi, because I was like, oh no, I had a huge crush on Heidi Klum. I was like, oh, well, then we should just call your partner Heidi. Heidi Klum is white? Really?
Yeah.
Fennec is saying that? Okay, now I need to... Now I'm going to feel... No, I can't do that on this window. See how easy that was to not accidentally do things and have it show up on stream?
You did it. I'm so proud of you.
What race is Heidi Klum?
God, that sounds so yikesy to type into a search
It
bar.
does. German American. Okay, so she's German. Yeah, okay. Never mind then. I didn't know that. She's been quite tan in a lot of the pictures that I saw as a child.
Yeah. You know what? I can't even say anything. I did the exact same thing. I think actually, like, back when Yahoo search was the first thing that, like, my browser's default for everything on the front, I remember like Heidi Klum coming up in it, and I remember being 13. So you do the math.
Yeah, I don't remember how old I was. I just remember that it was Heidi Klum and Jessica Alba. Anyway, moving on. Kevin Sorbo.
Oh, boy, case orbs. Hi.
Says, my latest movie is a must-watch for everybody. Had a wonder time, I think he means wonderful, time working with my good buddy Dennis Quaid on the Reagan film coming out soon. The left is going to hate this.
If you're doing a movie just because you think that the left will hate it, maybe you shouldn't be doing that movie.
Yes.
Maybe you're doing movies not for artistic reasons anymore, but just to piss off the right people, and that's not...
Well, so my question is, like,
pathetic.
Are we going to hate it because it's a bad movie, which is the reason we normally hate Kevin Sorbo movies? And when I say hate, I mean, like, I fucking love it.
Be disappointed?
No, I fucking love it because, like, have you seen the fucking clip of Kevin Sorbo trying to put on an accent in the Revelation Road series?
No.
Oh my god, it's so hilarious. And, like, he's trying to do an Australian accent, but he's just so bad at it. They actually wrote a scene into the movie where he, like, drops the accent for one guy, like, for the main character, and the main character has to turn to him and be like, what happened to your accent? And be like, oh, well, I was a drama coach back before the apocalypse happened, and so, like, having an accent adds an air of mystery. And so, like they actually had to write in a scene explaining why he was so bad as his accent.
They had to fix Kevin Sorbo.
Oh, it was so fucking good. It's a David Ayer White movie. It's available for free on YouTube. I think it's Revelation Road 3 is where it mostly happens, because, like, it's not a series that's worth watching. It's mostly just fucking boring because David Ayer White doesn't know how to do fight choreography. It's like an old man being like, I wish I was John Wick. So, like, he can't throw a single punch without 5 cuts. And it's amazing. But, yeah, no. And, like, at one point, he's, like, trying to suggest that, like, he could get a good price for some woman up in the king's territories. And the way he says it is, like, the king's territories? And it's so out of place, and it's fucking hilarious, and I love it.
Hello. Why,
Jester Lord of Fools says, I'm the idiot in these chats.
I'm the Lord of Fools here because I willingly subject myself to this bullshit.
Yeah, no, yeah, but now I'm distracted by wanting to find Kevin Sorbo on YouTube, so just a second.
Oh. Okay, that's fair. We'll just keep on saying words then, over and over, and eventually something will happen.
It's the Black Rider, Revelation Road, and it opens with a noose.
Oh. That feels weird these days, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like that's the opening shot. Oh, where
2 years after the even Wolf Point Mountain.
I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this.
No, I hear nothing.
No business. Where I'm from.
Can you hear it?
Nope.
Okay, well.
I like how Stratahawk has you clocked. Hyperfixation, go!
Shut up.
No.
Chat mic gets... Yeah, you should be getting the system. You should be getting system sounds.
Should be able to, but I'm not.
Well, maybe it's just quiet.
Gentlemen.
Otaku even says muted. They don't hear anything at all.
My little poppy audio thingies in OBS suggest otherwise.
It.
I thought I told you not to follow me.
You can't hear
There
that?
we go.
Oh,
I heard. I thought I told you not to follow me.
okay. So you can hear it.
So it's the volume's too low.
But like, I don't know. Look at his fucking costume.
Is he the bald one?
No. That's not Kevin Sorbo. That's Kevin Sorbo.
Wait, what the fuck? Why is he dressed like an out of touch pimp?
Because that's what he is.
There's no sign of the rider or Sophia.
What do you want?
The owner of this vehicle.
Bridge.
Okay. I don't remember being this far in. Did I miss it? Oh, no. They're there. See, look, he just punches him in the face once, and there are 3 cuts.
Fucking.
I forgot how bad this was. And it's on YouTube, so I probably watched it on 2 times speed, so I was like a little bit more impressed with it.
Wait. I want to see this.
I want to see this.
I want to say this.
What's there to see? They're not doing anything.
They're doing their best, and that is more than some.
He couldn't even swing it over his head with him ducking without there being a cut in the middle of the swing.
Yeah, no, the fight choreography's fucking awful.
Hey! Why do you have to go bust
Here
up
we
my
go.
body?
Here we go.
I had to put a bullet in you.
What's with that gun?
I had to put a bullet in
Did you see the gun though? It was like a one of those like old timey
It was like
pirate
an old.
guns.
It was a flintlock.
Yeah.
And that is
Yeah, it's a flintlock pistol with 2 shots.
my car. Find his keepers, man. You want it? You have to trade.
It was stolen. I
You
don't have
have to
anything
trade.
What you do?
Wait, listen,
Oh,
this
yes,
is it. This is
you
it.
do. I've had my eye on this one. Yeah. I could get a very good price for out west in the King's territories.
I'm not.
Like what is with that accent?
Territories.
Get a very good price for her out in the King's territories.
Did the King's territories.
And then okay. So now we gotta. Oh,
This is depressing.
It's so much fun to watch. This is
Said bargain
This is
bin
one of my
Chuck
favorite
Norris.
movies. This is one of my favorite movies just because of how stupid this is.
Okay, so that the face you have her frozen on, that's the face you see in porn.
I mean,
The first time she sees the dick.
the
every
acting,
time.
the acting is about the same. Okay.
So, what do you think of the competition? Can you take it?
Where's your accent?
It's just for show. It's pretty good though, right?
Yeah, I guess.
No, it's good.
So like,
Yeah, I guess.
he actually had to write a thing in where he's like, yeah, no, my accent's good, right? It's good, right? I suppose.
Do you
No,
like
no,
my
it's good.
accent?
It's good.
That was the
Do you
drama
like
coach
my
at St. Charles
accent?
Community College.
He was the drama coach at a community college, so he had an accent. It's like, oh my god, mwah! Like, this is Kevin Sorbo. This is his acting chops. Where the fuck are the tweets? There we go, tweets. My latest movie is a must-watch. So, like, the left is going to hate this. Are we going to hate this because you just suck at acting? Or are we going to hate it because, like, you actually made good points that tore down the left or whatever the fuck?
Look, I just have to say,
Myonin says you're wrong. By comparison, porno acting is Oscar worthy. You're not wrong.
wow. When I rub it, I pull the skin off.
My daddy told me how to stop pulling the skin off by using my mouth.
By using someone else's mouth. Would you show
okay,
me?
Okay, that actually made it into an outtake of one of my actual videos, like my main channel videos. I had, it was a hot mic moment. The camera wasn't rolling, but the microphone was. And I forget how it came up, but my partner said something, and I responded with that line, and she responded with the next line in the actual thing. I'm like, okay, I have to put this in the outtakes now, but like the people who haven't seen that thing are going to be very confused by this. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, anyway, Ronald Reagan. So fun fact about Ronald Reagan, towards the end of his presidency, his dementia was so bad that his wife was basically making all the policy decisions for him on the advice of her astrologer. So, are we going to hate it because that's what you point out? And we all then understand how shitty Ronald Reagan actually was?
No, we're just gonna hate it because, let's be honest, it's a Kevin Sorbo movie.
Yeah, but let's be real here. Kevin Sorbo was in a movie with David fucking A.R. White, and David A.R. White had to take some time out of the movie to look at Kevin Sorbo in the eye and be like, really? That's the fucking accent you're doing? What's wrong with you? David A.R. White got to look down on Kevin Sorbo for acting abilities.
It's not very hard.
Also, David A.R. White,
the bar is low.
Also, David A.R. White spent most of his career making movies about how divorce is bad, and then he got divorced. So, there's that.
Divorce is bad, okay, but also,
yeah,
we're just gonna.
I mean, Andrea Logan White got half his money, so good for her.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, she was always his love interest in any movie that they were both in together, and the chemistry was just not there. So it tracks.
We had to force
for people who are avid viewers of the A.R. White filmography, such as myself. The divorce was not a surprise.
That's not a sentence I've ever heard, by the way.
You're welcome.
The A.R. White filmography.
I love bad movies. What can I say? And Christian movies are just always bad. 100% of the time. Okay, anyway. Christ. Mo Johnson's left boot says, "This has very serious repercussions for your reputation. How can we now trust you to not equate gender-critical beliefs with transphobia?"
But gender-critical beliefs are transphobia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forget what this was in response to, and it doesn't fucking matter, because being gender-critical is to be transphobic.
Like, they're the same thing.
Like, definitionally. That's what
Corporate
it is.
wants you to see the difference between these pictures. They are the same picture.
Same picture. Moving on. So this, to take it back to one of the articles that we already covered. This is actually where I found that article from.
The Art of Purpose.
The Art of Purpose says, desecrating the Eucharist on purpose should be a serious crime that carries a life sentence.
What?
Agree or disagree?
Why?
Because the lady that the priest... Because the lady that the priest bit deserved to be bit by the priest and should be sent to prison for squishing some crackers.
Bread. It's bread,
crackers.
You
it doesn't rise to the level of bread, Cirrus. Stop promoting the Eucharist. It's bland crackers.
It's okay to harm cracker. I mean, hold on, wait, no, I'm not allowed to say that one on Twitch.
You're not allowed to say it's okay to harm crackers?
Apparently.
Eucharist crackers are bland compared to the crackers that my diabetic partner's allowed to eat.
So we got to the topic title only in an hour and a half. A new
Ah,
record.
No, there was a whole news article on this.
We
It was
did
the second
before.
article after the Bluey one that we didn't really cover that much.
It said blasphemy should be a civil crime. Apparently.
No, it shouldn't. Fuck. If God can't protect himself from some blasphemy or desecrating the Eucharist, then that's on him. That's not on us.
I'll desecrate Christ's Eucharist.
I
It
will.
just sounds sexual.
No, you know what? I will totally like if I can get my hands on some actual blessed Eucharist, like not the ones that you can get on Amazon, but ones that have actually been blessed by a priest. I will happily shove those things up my anus, and I will do it on camera for OnlyFans.
I don't think the world needs this.
I think it does. Somebody find a way for me to get a hold of actual blessed Eucharist that I can do that with. And I will happily do that.
I don't think the world is in need of that.
That's Dark Excalibur says Rhino's first OnlyFans video. Yeah, that'll be my first and only video, is me shoving Eucharist up my ass. Shoving the body of Christ up his ass. I just want Christ to come inside me, okay? That's all I want.
Jesus in my butt.
That's all I want. People keep telling me I have a God-shaped hole in my heart.
That's a God-shaped hole in my ass.
Hey, if you go back to the original Hebrew, every time it says heart, it actually means bowels. My bowels have been moved for thee. So, like, yes, I have a God-shaped hole in my bowels. I am trying to fill it. So find me some blessed Eucharist, and I will make an OnlyFans account.
My God. There's a God-shaped hole in my bunghole.
Otaku Senpai asked, would that be counted as performance art? Anything is performance art. Senshini says, don't shove things into your heart. No, but you can shove things into your bowels. And that can be fun sometimes.
I can shove things wherever
And
the fuck
Jesus
I
said he
want.
wants
You're
to come
not my
inside
mom.
me. Jesus said he wants to come inside me, so this is on him. I'm just taking him at his word. Okay? And Rob says, this is logical argument for God. Says, premise 1, if God doesn't exist, neither does morality. Okay, depends what you mean by morality. I'm going to assume he means either objective or absolute morality, in which case I would say, sure, why not? I don't see why God's existence would then definitionally make morality exist in that sense.
I don't see how either.
But just assuming that that would be the case, sure, I'll grant that. 2, if morality doesn't exist, then I can't be moral. Okay. So this is where I would need
Pokemon don't exist, but I can be a Pokemon trainer because that's a title given to anybody who plays the fucking video games.
Yeah, but I could also, like, this is where I would need to distinguish between absolute and objective morality and morality as we see it as human beings who, like, live in the world and have to function with other human beings that also live in the world. So, like, we can be moral in the sense that we are adhering to a social contract. If that's how we're defining morality, then yes, you can be moral in that sense. Can you be moral in the sense of having objective morality or absolute morality? No, because that doesn't exist. Sure, fine. 3, the atheists act like morality does exist. No, we don't. We act like a social contract exists.
We just kind of act.
Yeah.
Like we don't want other people to beat the shit out of us. So we act like people who are reasonable.
That's the social contract. Or if you don't like the social contract, empathy. I know what it would be like to have the shit beaten out of me. Therefore, I don't beat the shit out of other people because I wouldn't like that. So I can understand that they wouldn't like that. Empathy.
Yeah, it's kind of easy. It isn't a very difficult concept to wrestle with.
4, the meme is circular absurdity. I don't know. This wasn't a response to anything, so I don't know what meme they're talking about. 5, no one is more moral than God. Counterpoint, I've never committed or commanded anyone to commit genocide.
So you are more moral than God.
I have actively condemned anyone who supports the genocide that the Israelis are committing against Palestinians right now. I also condemn Hamas for wanting to commit genocide against Israel. There's a severe power imbalance there, though, that makes one side way worse than the other. And spoiler, it ain't Hamas. Like, no, you shouldn't genocide people for being Jewish. But, like, when the only state in the world that is officially Jewish wants to genocide you and actively take steps toward that end goal, wanting to protect yourself from that seems reasonable by comparison.
Yeah.
Like, again, I'm not condoning Hamas
to protect yourself.
I'm not condoning Hamas, but like, Palestine is a legitimate state, like more legitimate than Israel, in my opinion. So
Palestine's
they're
an apartheid state.
Yeah, I know, but like them wanting to protect themselves, like, yeah, no, I don't think you should genocide the Israelis or Jewish people in general. But like, they want to genocide you and you want to protect yourself. Like, yeah, I can understand why turning to terrorism would be appealing at that point. Like, I get it. But at the same time, like, no, don't put kids in danger. But also, Israel, don't bomb fucking hospitals or refugee camps. Like, I don't know.
Why can't we bomb hospitals? It's our favorite.
Both sides fucking suck ass.
It's our favorite thing to blow up the Rafah refugee camps, and also after people move away from those tent camps and go to another place we've told them to escape to, it's our favorite thing to fire a tank round at that.
Oh, but oops, that was a mistake. We're going to conduct an internal investigation, and look at that. The Israeli army found that the Israeli army did nothing wrong. Yeah, no, it's a fucking shitty situation that would be made better if Israel would just stop being genocidal. Just stop it. Like, they are the aggressors in this situation. Like, yeah, October 7th sucked, but like, what about October 8th? What about October 9th? What about October 10th? What about October 6th? What about October 5th? Like, they've been killing kids in Palestine for basically as long as I can remember.
Since the 40s or 50s.
Yeah, no, like, fuck them. Like, I don't know.
It's an internal investigation in the heart and bowels. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm more moral than God because I don't condone genocide no matter who's doing it. 6, morality exists, therefore so does God. No, you didn't demonstrate that morality exists. You just asserted it. Like, morality in the sense of objective or absolute? No, you didn't demonstrate that. You asserted it.
You said it is the case. That doesn't make it the case.
It feels like that opinion is the correct one to you. Therefore, you think it is true. And then 7, conclusion, God isn't immoral. Oh, I thought this was... Okay, no, I thought this was an argument for God when I took the screenshot. But no, apparently it's just an argument that God is not immoral.
Nope, he is perfectly
God
fine.
Exists as a sub-argument of the argument. It's like, no, God's an immoral monster if he exists.
God good. God great. God is the best. Don't you know?
No, I don't know that because I think
let me explain
sucks.
to you the ways
I think
in which
slavery and
case.
genocide suck. And God doesn't. So, yeah, I'm more moral than God. So, Rob sucks. Dr. Frank Turek says, one of the arguments we have for God's existence is evil itself, not because God is doing evil, but because he's the standard of good by which we don't even know what evil was. Which is not worded correctly. I think he means he's the standard of good without which we wouldn't even know what evil was.
Otherwise we wouldn't know.
But like, when has Frank Turek ever been good at that? But like, no. No, as we established in the last one, God's standard sucks when it comes to determining good and evil. Because he sometimes thinks genocide is okay. He sometimes thinks slavery is okay.
And I sometimes, all the time, think those things are bad.
Yeah.
So,
rape is always bad. In God's views, rape is a property crime that can be solved with 50 shekels of silver and buying the rape victim. It's like, yeah, no, I say that that's always bad.
I love Frank Turek. I love him so much. When he says words, they're usually stupid. And that's about it. Usually. 99.999% of the time is usually.
Okay, sure. Every now and then he says dinner was good tonight.
Yeah, and that's fine. Saying that is fine,
Yeah.
comparatively speaking.
Yeah, we will say that is correct. We have another Frank Turek coming up, though.
Why are there two?
Because he's Frank Turek.
No.
It says, if you think it's evil that God doesn't reveal himself to you more directly or more persuasively or in more ways, you're actually presupposing a standard that this God ought to do this. Well, where are you getting this ought from?
From logic.
No, from the book of 1 Peter, where God says that it is not, like, where the word of God says it is not his desire to have anyone end up in hell. I forget the exact wording. But, like, he explicitly says, I don't wish anyone to go to hell. And so if he does not wish anyone to go to hell, he should reveal himself in ways that are more believable. So
But he won't do that.
But he doesn't do that. So, like, where I get that ought from? An internal critique. By your own standard, by the standard that God sets forward in the Bible, if he wants me to believe, it's on him to provide me with that evidence. Otherwise, I'm not going to believe. And if he wants me to not go to hell, like he says he doesn't want me to go to hell, he's going to provide me with the evidence to keep me out of hell. Since he doesn't, he either does want me to go to hell, or the Bible is wrong about what God wants. So that's an internal critique. I don't need an absolute standard that actually exists. I just need to say, if your thing is true, this would also be true. And since it's not, your thing is not true.
But God definitely am real and definitely want you go to heaven, which is why he came into your room last night and gave you a cookie.
Was it an ookie cookie?
No, it was a mediocre cookie.
What if I wanted an ookie cookie?
And what God's wants and your wants don't always align.
Cyrus, do you know what an ookie cookie is?
No, I don't.
Oh my God, you don't know ookie? How
Nope.
Okay. Someone has to do a Venn diagram of the weird things that I know that you don't and that you know that I don't. Because I feel like this is one that you should know. Ookie Cookie is the game where you get a bunch of guys in a room that are totally straight and not gay that are masturbating over a cookie.
That's the bagel game here.
With a bagel? Ew. No, and the last one to come has to
ew?
The last one to come has to eat the cookie.
Yeah, that's the bagel game here.
No, I wouldn't be able to do that with a bagel.
Yeah, you
The
would.
the cookies at least got the sugar to mask the
It
flavor.
looks like a Krispy Kreme donut.
Okay. Okay, so at least we know the same game. We just don't have the same name for it. What do you call it?
The bagel game.
Just the bagel game?
The bagel game.
Come on, Ookie Cookie is just so much more fun to say. Fennec chose a great time to say, FYI, you can email that to news@viceround.com and VR might cover it. We got something about Ookie Cookies in the news?
What?
I don't know. I don't know what that was responding to, but that was good timing.
Cathode ray tube. Why are cis men like this? Why does this exist?
So this is the thing that because I am a weird person, apparently, I didn't have the normal cis man experience or whatever. So like my partner told me apparently it is normal for like cis straight guys to just like compare their penises to each other, like just whip them out and be like, hey, this is my dick, what's yours look like, or whatever.
My daddy showed me.
Yeah, like I'm just like, that sounds very gay. Why would you want to see another person's dick unless you want to see another person's dick? But apparently that's something that straight guys do all the time. I'm just like, how do they call themselves straight if they are interested in seeing each other's dicks? Like, maybe it's not all the way gay if you're not interested in doing anything with it, but if you want to see it, that makes you at least a little gay. But like, I don't know. Apparently that's the thing that is normal for straight cis guys. And I just was completely oblivious to that because apparently I'm not one of those. Yeah, Hitchmeister59 says, I was never straight enough to want to see my friends' dicks. Yeah, no, same with me. I don't know. Like I'm not again. Like if you want to play Ookie Cookie with your friends, go ahead and play Ookie Cookie with your friends. But don't pretend it's a straight thing to do.
It's the straightest thing in the world.
Less than Lucid says it's on par with hot
Prove
dogging.
you're straight by whipping out your.
It's on par with hot dogging. It's not gay unless the penis goes in the butthole. So eating each other's cum is perfectly straight.
Yeah.
As long as the penis doesn't penetrate the ass. Oh, okay. Wendell. I apologize for the quality on this one. I'm not sure why it went down so much. But it's Wendell, so that's why it went down, because it's Wendell. So Wendell says, many atheists argue that they don't believe in God because of the presence of evil in the world. That's not quite hitting it, but sure.
It's not just that evil exists that we're concerned about. It's we're supposed to believe that an all good God is compatible with evil existing. That's the issue.
Yeah. Then he says, however, if God does not exist as they claim and evil does exist, then it follows that God is not responsible for evil since it exists independently of God.
What?
Okay, but if it exists independently of God, then that means that God is not necessary for good and evil. So the whole moral argument just goes out the window at this point. And he says, therefore, one cannot use the existence of evil as an argument to disprove God's existence. Yeah, no, but if that's a valid argument, then using the moral argument also doesn't work for the same reason. And I'm okay making that concession. I can say that evil does not prove that God does not exist if you are willing to concede that morality does not prove that God does exist. Because, sure.
I love the internet. It gave us Wendell. And I really don't think the internet will ever survive Wendell.
I mean, Winger's up next.
Oh, God damn it.
I mean, I feel like Wendell's a little bit worse than Winger, but Winger's not much better than Wendell.
No, I think Winger's worse for one reason only, and that is that Winger actually has a massive audience.
Yeah,
Wendell has a Twitter following.
Wendell has a Twitter following of people that think he's hilarious.
Yeah, whereas Mike Winger actually has a massive fucking audience.
Yeah. So Mike Winger says, the strength of Christianity is in the shameless preaching of the gospel coupled with the lives of those who genuinely follow Jesus. Like, I feel like Christianity is on the decline. Donald Hermio says, assuming a tri-omni God is the problem. Which, that was in reference to Wendell. Yeah, no, if it's a tri-omni God, then none of that works. Yeah, no, Mike Winger says those who genuinely follow Jesus are the strength of Christianity. Like, Jesus said, judge not lest ye be judged. I don't see Winger doing that.
No.
I mean, he also said, sell your cloak to buy swords. So, I don't know why I'm getting so many fucking emails during the stream. And I think, yeah, my system is set up to go to the stream, so they've been hearing them all. What the fuck have my emails been about?
Your car's extended warranty.
No, this one is something about Nikki Haley. Oh no, somebody just sent me a news item. Probably for next week. So yeah, I will try to remember to, or maybe I can mark it as unread. Mark as unread. There we go. I don't know what all the other shit was. But yeah. So Mike Winger's an idiot. Like, you guys shamelessly preach the gospel, but Christianity's on the decline in the United States. And it's not for lack of shameless gospel preachers.
You've got plenty of them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe we see all those internal fights between people like, oh, I don't know, Mike Winger and Benny Hinn.
And then we just kind of assume that, like, yeah, we have to pick a lane.
If there was an all-powerful God behind one of these two people, then the other one just wouldn't exist. Or, like, would not be able to make the arguments that they're making. Like, there wouldn't be an argument to be had because, like, God would not have a charlatan like Winger/Benny Hinn speaking for them or pretending to speak for them. He would just not allow that to be a thing that happens.
And yet he does.
Since
so
it's a thing that happens, he doesn't exist. Boom.
At the very least, he doesn't endorse either of
I just,
you.
I just sit at the back eating my popcorn going, bad guy fight, bad guy fight. And then, yeah, Donald Hiramio says, when I hear Benny Hinn, I see Benny Hill. Yeah, no, I have also made that association, which, if you're not familiar, that's the kind of music, which I completely butchered it, but it's good enough.
Be good enough.
It's the Christian version of the Benny Hinn or Benny Hill theme song. Yeah. So yeah, that's the tweets for tonight. We're only an hour late. And
Hey, to be fair, that's entirely on me for being 5 minutes late.
That's on you for only being 2 minutes early.
Yes.
Yakety sax is what people are saying. No, that's not what. Yakety sax. There we go.
I'm gonna shill myself to your YouTube following now.
Sure, go for it.
I'm throwing my Twitch there because once Rhino is offline, I will still be streaming. And not only do I need to talk about Nick Fuentes doing the gay porn thing, which is fucking funny, but also I need to show you guys the strangest AI thing ever. That's just wonderful.
You know what? While we're live, before we go. And I don't know if I can edit that at this point. Because there is a thing on YouTube that's like it's the equivalent of a raid, but it's not as easy to do. You have to have it like all pre-planned out.
Oh yeah, I know the thing you're talking about.
So I was going to try and send
weird.
my YouTube audience over to you, but I can't find where the thing happens. I think I have to like do that in advance, and I'm not sure if that would work if we're both streaming at the same time. But yeah, I'll raid you on Twitch so you can have my 19 people.
Colleen says, but yet not on YouTube. Oh, well, if you need it to be on my YouTube, then I am on YouTube as well.
Yeah, I do have Cirrus Live tagged in the title of the stream on YouTube, so if you click on that, that will take you to Cirrus's channel, where, in theory, Cirrus is live right now, unless I fucked something up, or Cirrus fucked something up. That's a possibility, too. It's more likely that I did it. But yeah, I will raid your channel with my 19 viewers on Twitch.
Yay!
After the credits. Got to roll the credits first. So as
Paige
always,
says Cirrus needs to redirect to. Why does YouTube make me do that? No, that's fucking stupid,
it's stupid.
Paige.
So I have been bad at raiding. I've been meaning to remember to raid channels at the end. It's not a Twitch thing. It's just my remembering thing. It's my ADHD. I don't remember to click the button that says raid channel at the end. YouTube, however, has this thing where you have to like pre-set it up in advance that when I am done streaming, I am going to send my viewers to this other stream that I know will be live when I am done streaming. So like, if you don't know how long your stream's going to go, and you don't know how long the person you want to send your viewers to stream is going to go, it doesn't work. Like, sure, me and Cirrus, I could probably remember to set that up, and it would actually be helpful to Cirrus, because you usually do stream after I'm done for a little while. So that probably would be a good thing for me to set up. But it just doesn't make sense the way they do it. Whereas on Twitch, it's just I click the raid channel button, then it pops up a list of like people that I follow that are currently streaming. You're like, which one do you want to raid? And Cirrus is going to be on the list. So I just click that one, and there we go.
Where do I even allow fucking...
Oh, it's in the global channel settings when you're at like the main analytics page.
So just channel settings. Is it in community? Is it in permissions?
I think it's in community. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've done. There's like 3 channels that are allowed.
All channels can redirect to my channel. Yay! That's a thing I have enabled now because YouTube. Why is that a thing that YouTube makes you enable? That doesn't make any sense.
Because they're YouTube. They're trying to be Twitch. In the same way that I'm
any of the good things Twitch does.
They're trying to be Twitch in the same way that I'm trying to be Twitch. They don't actually understand what the fuck is going on. They just know that it's a thing that exists on Twitch.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, but you're endearing.
YouTube is not. Yeah, I will grant you that.
It's like in comparison, one of these things is endearing and the other one, I don't have the crayons to explain how dumb it is.
I have a bent crayon video that I get to use in my video on Friday because Matt Powell brought up bent rock layers again, which is the creationist argument that's the equivalent of the jet fuel doesn't burn that hot. So with that teaser out of the way, as always, fuck off.